Hey there, it's Bernardo and you're watching Code with me. And today I have a really interesting alternative to Cloud Code, I believe. So, in this series I've been reviewing a lot of different AI coding agents like Cloud Code or, some IDEs, some CLIs. But today I'm going to test an open source tool and a model that is really interesting. This open source tool can use a lot of different models. You can log in with a Claude account, which I think it makes the agent and TUI really interesting. But the model is also another thing that I want to test. So we're going to be evaluating two things at once. So we're going to be taking a look at OpenCode. OpenCode is the AI coding agent built for the terminal. It's another terminal UI, but it has really interesting. First, it has a really nice community behind it. There's a lot of the documentations are pretty good. If you go to get started, you can see there's a lot of interesting stuff. There's ways that you can configure with a bunch of what other stuff that you can configure with other providers. But also they do have this thing called OpenCode Zen, which is kind of like I'll say like a competitor to OpenRouter, but specific for that. This is interesting as well. I'm not going to be testing that because I want to test a model that is currently not here, which might mean, these are the models that they say, hey, they work really well with OpenCode. So I might be making them, this favor, but we're going to take all of that into consideration because I really want to test the model from GLM. So GLM, the model is GLM. The company is Z or Z AI, not Z, the editor. Confusing. I don't know why I use the Canadian Z pronunciation, but whatever. So Z AI, Z AI, whatever, is, for those that are critics, this is a Chinese company, but yeah, we're going to leave politics aside here. But they have this really interesting coding plan. So they claim that the coding light offer has about 3 times, I guess. I think we saw that somewhere. I'm not sure. But they say that it's about 3 times the usage of the Claude Pro plan, and yeah, which I think that was what I saw. But yeah, and then they have this Coding Pro plan and then this Coding Max. So they have these plans, and they are much cheaper than the Claude Code plans. I don't expect this to be as good as Claude Sonnet 4. I've been having a really good experience with Claude Sonnet 4, but a lot of people online are saying these are really good models, and it's quite cheap. I think I'm just gonna sign up for maybe I'll get and maybe I'll go with a coding light or the coding. I'm gonna go with the coding pro so I can test other things. I'm gonna pay 1 month, $15. Uh, yeah, if you pay the whole year, because now they have this 50% discount, you're gonna get the first 50% off the first year. So maybe this is a good thing for you. Just pay $180 and have a lot. Or if you don't have a lot of money, you can pay like $36 and have the whole year covered. If the model is good and the usage is actually about 3 times Claude Claude Pro plan, then it means you pretty much can code for the whole year for $36. So they're trying to position themselves as like the cheapest option. Heavily subsidized, likely, yeah, whatever. But I'm gonna test. A lot of people are testing. I want to test it as well. I think I'm gonna go with a coding light because I want to see. They say that the coding pro is 40 to 60% faster. If I like the coding light, then I likely will upgrade to the coding pro. So yeah, we're gonna sack the coding light because then we know how the performance is on the cheapest plan, and also because I don't want to be evaluating right now in this video. If you want to check on another video, I don't want to. They also provide these remote MCP servers. So if we open docs.z.ai, they have coding plan. They have this Vision MCP server and web search. So yeah, just web search and image and video recognition, analysis, MCP servers. I think the web search can be quite useful for if you're lost, you need to find documentations. But yeah, I won't be using that much. But yeah, it's cool that they have this. So yeah, so I'm going to create an account on Z, and I'm gonna use OpenCode. So yeah, let's do this. I'm excited for that. So they have a bunch of different installation options. I think I'm just going with Homebrew. Let's see how that goes. I hope it doesn't have to install like a node and whatnot. Okay, so I do have OpenCode. All right, nice. Okay, so I do have that, and I will set up an account on Z AI. I'm gonna do that off camera. Yeah, I'm gonna do the coding light plan. So yeah, let me get started with that. I'm gonna what happens if I click subscribe? Okay, so I'm gonna log in and I'm gonna be right back. Okay, I registered and I also subscribed for the monthly plan. I paid $3. So yeah, I will now try to authenticate. So it seems that if you come here, you can actually set up, there's already instructions on the Z.ai how to set up with OpenCode. So I guess we can just do alt login and then we're gonna log in. Okay, I'm gonna enter my API key. Oh yeah, so I think this provider changes because if you check the crush, if you're using some other thing, it says, hey, if you're using the coding plan, you need to the API URL is slightly different. So yeah. Yeah, I will also test Crush eventually. So maybe I'm gonna use the same model or I'm gonna test some other model. But yeah, so what I would do now, I would just do OpenCode. I'm just gonna follow the instructions here. So I'm just gonna do OpenCode out login. Gonna do, oh, problem of being called Z.ai is that now you are like the last one on the list. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna just copy my API key. I don't know if I can renew the API key, so just 1 second. All right, so we come here to API keys and then do create new API key, and you just do, I'm just gonna call this open code. I'm gonna stop because I don't know again. All right, so once it's done, it's gonna show up here. You can copy and just come here. I'm gonna paste and yeah. Oh, actually, nice thing about OpenCode, it shows, yeah, it doesn't leak my API key. I was worried. So actually, it was quite a nice experience. All right, so I guess we are all set up to use to use that. So what I'm gonna do. So one thing that I think is interesting is that I believe with OpenCode you can actually also log in with Claude. So, you know, maybe you're using Claude, you prefer Claude Sonnet, and then you're using Claude Sonnet for like planning and whatnot. And then when we want to change to coding, you want to use a cheaper model, and then you just use Z.ai, for example. Maybe there's an interesting approach, and then you use the same, you know, agent. So yeah, excited for that. So let's get to the project setup. So, as you know, I'm gonna come to the template. So this is the template that I've been using to review all of the stuff that I'm doing. I'm gonna create a new repository. Gonna call this Expensify Open Code and GLM. I'm just gonna say Open Code GLM. That's the model I'm gonna use. And yeah. But I just saw that there's the start with Gemini, sorry, with Copilot. But yeah, okay. So I have that. I'm gonna copy, open my terminal, and do git clone this. And yeah, expensify, OpenCode, mistrust, install, npm install. Then, okay, let's see the configuration now. Let's close this. So, config. Okay, nice. There's a schema. I always love when the JSON has a schema. So I'm going to come here. Where does this file live? It's just like OpenCode. Okay. Per project. It's just root. Okay. I'm just gonna come here, do opencode.json, and do this. And then now, that's what I love. Okay. Yeah. Folks, if you're ever doing config, remember to provide a schema. Yeah, that just makes our life much easier. Yeah, I want to, like, do I have to hard code the model here? Doesn't make too much sense to do like on the per project thing. I think on a per project, what we want to do is we want to do like MCP servers, probably. Yeah, MCP, and then, yeah. So we're gonna have this, and I'm just gonna copy this. Oh, that's not how you configure the MCP. No, it is. What is the issue with that? Oh, okay. I have a type. Okay, type local. Okay, the command, I guess, is then the whole thing. Okay, type local, command. Okay. All right. Let's see what other configurations we can have. Interesting stuff. Okay. Okay, I think we can have custom commands. This is like slash stuff. Oh, this is interesting. So, so the instructions file, actually, you can specify on the configuration what are the instructions. Okay, I like it. I actually like it because it means like you can set up OpenCode, but also have like Claude code, and you can have like the claude.md file, and then you just reuse that. Like here it's reusing the cursor rules, right? This is interesting. You can have like stuff for humans and stuff for machines. You know what I mean? That's interesting. Okay, can configure the keybinds, auto update. No, come on. All right. Oh, that's quite cool. I guess it just runs the formatters. Oh, we don't need the ls. Thank you. Oh my god. Okay, this is so much better. All right, we are. This is what I'm talking about. Providing the AI with the same tools as you have. Comes with several built-in LSP servers for popular languages. No way. No way. Okay, actually, we don't need that. It has LSP support by default. That's so good. Finally. Yeah, this is what I'm talking. I knew that Crush had that. I didn't know that OpenCode had that as well. Oh man, it's so good. But I can also configure extra LSPs, right? So good. This is so good. And I haven't even started the agent, but just looking at the documentation and the configuration, I know this is gonna be good. Here we go. The best team. Yeah, that's important. Come on. I'll set up not on the project part, but that's cool. That's really cool. Okay, rules. So yeah, it has an agent's MD. Okay, so I'm going to come here. The AI part is gonna come. So just use agents.md. Agents.md. Yeah, does it have anything about like docs? Okay, this is cool. Let's just see. He adds for file references. Bash commands with a bang. Slash commands. Okay, these are some of the slash commands. We're gonna take a look at that soon. Okay, so we can also run. Yeah, okay. I hope I don't have to edit that, but I just open code out list. Nice. Okay, so this is cool. As I mentioned, you can likely log in with multiple different providers. Really cool. Yeah, so it already has formatters for. Okay, already has pre-tier, but I think I need to have package. Yeah, I already have pre-tier here. Nice. So it's gonna just integrate just fine. Okay, honestly, let's get started. So I'm going to, okay, the MCP we already configured. All right, so I'm just going to do OpenCode. MCP. Yeah, let's go Groovebox. Now we're talking the best team. All right, so it's using. Okay, so I'm not sure which one I should use, if it is the V or 4.5. GLM 4.5V versus 4.5. Okay, so the 4.5 is a bigger model. I'm just gonna use 4.5. I'm not gonna use 4.5V. All right, yeah, I'm gonna use GLM 4.5. I want to test the best model. and see if it is too slow. We can change to the air, I guess. All right, let's see the slash commands we do have here. All right, sessions. All right. Oh, nice. Just open the editor. News was new Vim. Nice. Agents. Okay, so it has two built-in agents: the plan and the build. So I think for the first part, where I want to break down tasks, I want to go with plan and then I go with build, or do I need to like maybe or yeah? Let's see if it like automatically selects the. Oh, there's a lot of things like share. Like what does that do? Share. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna share. Okay, I think I will go with a plan agent to get started. Okay. Yes, we can also create our own agents. Help. Okay, it has a compact. Has a way to export the conversation. Okay, let's see how is the. Okay, nice. Oh wait, what? You can also get the git diff stuff. No way. Okay, I guess you can get everything from the git. I don't know. It's interesting. But let me just do. How do I see what MCPs do you have connected? What tools you have available to you? Okay, nice interface. Just a read-only mode. What is a read-only mode? What mode are you on? Okay, I don't know what is that, but interesting. Yeah, let me just do agents, build. What tools you have now that you didn't before? Interesting. Okay. Well, I like let's just test the models. I'm just gonna do the same thing. Okay. Just gonna do models. Let's test the G.4, G4.5 AR and ask the same questions. Let's do agents. What tools you have available for your whatever. It felt a little bit fast. Not sure. I'm not sure if the changes is that significant. But yeah, at least for the plan, I would go with 4.5. Great. Honestly, I think yeah, so if I do here, I can pass like product. What is this about? Okay, great. So, okay, I can delete. Okay, I can delete the sessions. So I guess I can also like maybe hello there, hello there, whatever. If I do OpenCode again, okay, nice. The sessions are saved, so I can come here. Okay, the UI is nice and clean, and I really like it. Oh, it just copied the whole thing. Ah, okay. Okay, I have to select this, and then it copies. Okay. All right, sessions. Okay, it's really snappy. I'm liking the terminal UI so far. So, I guess we can get started. Let me get some water and we're gonna start coding. Let me just, yeah, let me try something here. Git status. Okay. Okay, just gonna come here, gonna add everything. So we deleted this moved here. Fit. Project setup. It's not a fit, whatever, I don't care. All right, gonna get some water and gonna be right back. All right, just got my water, some tangerine, and we're gonna do, yeah, I wanna see how the first prompt goes, if it can like autocomplete. Let's do agents, let's do plan, and let's do this. Oh, I don't, okay. Yeah, I want to, let's develop. Okay, let me just do this application for expense management for companies. How do I do? Okay, I wrote some PRDs in docs product. Yeah, I'm just gonna say do that docs product. But for now, let's focus on PRD main. You should just, I should first plan the tasks we need to accomplish. I just realized that this is badly written as well. And keep track of them in the doc/tasks. After that, we can proceed on completing the tasks. Yeah, I guess on the free plan, it's not as fast. Should be good enough. Maybe maybe I shouldn't be using, like if I want to do this. Hmm. Okay, let's do with a build. I'm just gonna ignore it. Okay. Yeah. The plan doesn't build these things. Just add to the, yeah. I guess that error was probably because the the tool call was just off, right? It generated the wrong input for the tool call. Hmm. Okay. So I guess it like by default just goes and write files. Okay. I'm gonna stop. Yeah, again, I now just realized that this prompt here say like, and then you can proceed on completing the tasks. I think this is a bad prompt, but yeah. I like the syntax highlighting here, really good to review. Oh wait, I thought I had interrupted you. Come on. Before we proceed, let's review the tasks. Okay, I really don't like that I cannot do like a shift enter. I know it's a really small thing, but yeah, it just feels weird. But yeah, I like writing down. If I want to paste like a, if I want to like type down like a coding, like a code example, it's just weird that I cannot just use shift enter for new line. But yeah, let's review the tasks. I believe it is better to do database migrate, database schema changes gradually as we keep adding features. For example, we can start by implementing simple org CRUD, then proceed to invitations, etc. You are absolutely right. All of them, they all do that. Update the tasks in docs tasks. Yeah, the whole spec driven development is kind of like the issue. By the way, does spec kit work with OpenCode? It does. The current repository already has magic code authentication. Yeah, again, it's the prompting. You know, I should have said, "Hey, we already have that." Just delete the task, delete all tasks, and let's start planning again from scratch with all the new info you'll have. I'm confused on what this like plan is. Is it like a open code thing? I think it is, right? No, what? You should not start implementing the tasks. Your whole goal is to just create the tasks now. Okay. I guess this is mostly the model, not fault of like open code. Let's change the first task to also implement our code, not just DB changes as they bring zero value. Yeah, it's kind of hard. Yeah, I really want to play around with spec kit so that eventually. Let's wait a little bit. Okay. I hate. I don't know why they keep doing that. They all try to do this task breakdown where they have, yeah, like the like database, then logic, then UI. Like, this one, like, you have to do inside of the task. Again, I know why, because my spec driven development is bad. Like the this system that I created is not good. Let's change the priorities and execution order so we can be always testing the full app. That is, do the UI for each features right after each task. For example, task 007, right, 7 and 008 right after 001, so on and so forth. Okay, just change the. Okay, honestly, I like that. I like this. Uh, it helps with the. Yeah, I guess this could use maybe more of LLM or some other. Yeah, just having a bad time updating. But yeah, okay, man. The UI, it's great. I can easily see what is being done. Has syntax highlighting on both sides. Like this is really good. Really, really good. the model is not the fastest, I guess. If I had paid for the AI Pro plan, it it says it's 40 to 6% faster. But I wanted to see how much the really cheap plan could get us done. Perfect. All right, amazing. I'm going to compact this. And come here, docs, task breakdown. All right. Okay. Let's get started with task 001. Yeah, in the meantime, let me Docker compose up. Yes. Create npm run db push test. Yeah, but let me review the schema that it done. Let me just do one thing. Before. Okay. Yeah, honestly, I'm just going to delete the stuff that we don't need. I simplified the schema in. Can you read it again to see if it still serves us? Oh, by the way, did read again. Okay, while it does that, I'm going to do npm run just do one thing. Can I do like memory? No. So I need to come here to agents. Technical guidelines. Test running. Never run npx. Nor npm run. Instead, use either and instead use pm package management and test running. Instead, use pnpm exec and pnpm run respectively. Prefer define tests pnpm run. Okay, and do pnpm db migrate package. pnpm db migrate reset. Oh, generate actually. mdb generate. Run migrate reset. db generate reset. npm generate. How do I do that? npm okay, pnpm exec migrate reset. Please don't migrate reset. Okay, whatever. npm run db generate. Initial setup. Just set up the database correctly with the migration applied. The npm run test reset. Organization. Oh, so there's an issue. So Prisma has this really bad thing where, yeah, we need the LSP restart here because the, yeah, with newer versions of Prisma now, I could have set this up that way. You can generate the Prisma client to be in the same, to be like in your code, right? Instead of like generating into the Prisma package. But that's the default behavior, and then it causes always problems with LSP. You have to like keep restarting it. So what I'm gonna just do, actually, I'm just gonna do exit, and I'm gonna do OpenCode again. Anytime we change the database, I'm gonna have to do that. Kind of annoying because this has the integration with LSP. I guess the issues were caused by the LSP. So I restarted the environment. Interesting. So I guess this is like a agent thing. Like the tool doesn't allow you to call the edit before reading. Okay, nice. It deleted this. Yeah, this is good enough. Okay, let me just do use post test t deleted deleted post.test.ts file and check from git as a reference as there are important details on how to set up the transactional database testing strategy and mark the out layer. With a lot of these things, as soon as you have like examples in the code base that they can follow, things just become much simpler. Okay, this is just too big of a file. Okay, let's just stop you there. Organization test. This is the file for you. Okay. Sorry. Let's go to the next task. Let's do npm dev localhost 2000. Interesting. I mean, honestly, the OpenCode really nice interface. I think it lacks a little bit of some other things, but like the basics are all here. Yeah, I guess multi-line prompt editing is important. Like the scroll is a little bit weird, like it's slow. Yeah, I'd rather have like a. So see, it just generated a bunch of code and now it's like too slow for me. Maybe a way to go back down. I don't know. But yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Wait, what? Man, class variance, authority. What the hell is even that? Yeah, man, I hate front-end development, honestly. Can I close this? It's creating a bunch of components that I'm not even sure I'm gonna need. Yeah, let it cook, let it cook. Yeah, I think I need to get some coffee. Okay. Interesting. revamp. I mean, they're not the prettiest, but yeah. Let's go to next task. But also, I think would be cool would be to know the size of the context, like how much of the context I've used. Yeah, I think that would be great. While it does that, I'm just gonna let it do its thing while I'm gonna go get some coffee. Yeah, let me pause this so we don't keep running and then we just check the results when we're back. Alright, we got some coffee. Honestly, I really like that this has integration with the LSP, especially for diagnostics. So good. Okay, we shouldn't. Okay, let me just interrupt. We should never just do as any. In fact, we should avoid any. Oh, yeah, I left it just running for a while. Let's go to agents.md, type safety. Never use any type. This is good. So Copilot just wrote some guidelines for some other AI. Yeah, what a time to be alive. I will ask you to refactor this later because I think you can get the stuff from TRPC, right? Nice. New org, create organization. Nah. Okay, this one needs to. Yeah, whatever. Coming soon. Delete organization. Okay. manage. Okay. Yeah, it'd be cool if we could add it. But yeah, it's fine. Yeah. But I mean, okay. Even now, I think like it is crazy. It's just crazy how much you can do with a model as cheap as this one, right? Okay, I'm gonna stop. Just tried opening the settings page and got this. Okay, interesting. Edit organization. My organization. A nice organization. Okay, it doesn't invalidate. Your role is unknown. Can I paste an image? the role join is unknown. Should we leave this authorization detail for later, given that we can't even have a non-admin here since we haven't implemented the invitation flow? No, leave it as it is now and we can resume the task after. Okay, you know what? Just gonna do compact. Then run lint. And come to page. Type check. Okay, I will just do that. I'm just going to feat partial task 8. What I'm gonna do, let's go to task 002 before proceeding with task 008 and task 009. Task 008. By the way, is OpenCode the UI? Start task test 2. Let's start test 2. Go with test 2. I don't know when it changed to the plan agent. Yeah, let's just go with this. Let me just check one thing. Can Yeah, it would be great. Yeah, it definitely needs a way to restart LSP. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna do exit. Then I'm gonna do OpenCode. Then I'm gonna do sessions. I'm gonna come here. I just restarted the LSP so you can properly work with updated info on the Prisma DB. Oh, did he actually implemented a whole email? I have no idea what he's doing. Like he's doing something different than anything else. Okay, still not there. Okay, seems wild, but yeah. Let's first start by, before we proceed, there is already a flaw. The UI shows the invite as coming soon. Someone at example.com send invitation. Localhost 8025. What? This is crazy. I'm getting an error when going to the invitation link. No, it's not. Check. To run a query, you can use the Prisma MCP. I don't know what's going on, but I would just, okay, what I would do, what is the current strategy for the invitation acceptance? What happens when the user is not logged in? What happens when do we need to require the user to log in first? Can we maybe we should make the invitation link simpler. 1. Try logging in. 2. Show a page with a button to accept. No crazy API routes or anything like that. Just get the invitation token from the search params client side. 3. Use a gRPC router endpoint method to accept it. Yeah, I just got lost a little bit on the why it keeps opening the studio. Okay, agents MD, MCP tools. Please no. When operations are needed, use the migrate tool. Never use the studio tool as it just hangs. Please no MCP server. Tools. When you change the schema, use tool for that. Never use these tools. Prisma plugin. Prisma Postgres. Never use any of the other tools. Yeah, this is stupid, but yeah. OpenCode sessions. Continue. What? Yeah, it's just hallucination at this point. I guess the best that I do. Okay, let me just. Okay. So I want to log in as someone example.com. Yeah, honestly, I think this is like it just went really crazy here. Like, what? Why do we even need these? I guess, maybe he was trying to do something with this. Yeah, I don't even know at this point, honestly. Yeah, one thing that I wish I have done was to use BetterAlt instead of NextAlt. BetterAlt just seems like a much better, no pun intended, but a much better option. But yeah, it does have like integration to Next. What are you doing? Can we get the type from the TRTC client instead? Yeah, it just doesn't know how to properly use. And I guess this is the issue we're seeing here. Nice. Accept invitation. Nice. Yeah. I'm still unsure what is better. Like, this feels a little bit better than Quen 3 Coder, but not by much, honestly. A little bit, a little bit. This feels closer to Sonnet 4, but still not there. I mean, it could be the prompts, could be a bunch of other things, but Sonnet 4 was much smarter when I tested. I mean, we still have issues. We are not done yet. Actual effort, 8 hours. We've been here for like 1.5 hours, and he believes it's let's see how it does debugging. It won't be handled by React Query automatically. What are you talking about? Still with issues. We are still with issues when a user tries to when a member no admin tries to see the org page. honestly, this is good enough. Yeah, the quality. I mean, it did a few things interesting, a few interesting stuff. But yeah, let's let it cook, and then we're gonna go into. Also, let me just check one thing. So, this invitation goes to invite accept. I think I'm just going to. I'm gonna test the. Yeah, crazy check though, but. By the way, I think now that I'm thinking about this might be a hot take, all right? But I think this is a change where in view it's much simpler, right? Because view conditional rendering has the X, right? Like the V. So if you think about, right, this is a much simpler change for an LLM, even for a human, right? Than having to wrap the whole thing in an if conditional. And I think like Svelte conditional render. I think Svelte goes with a similar approach. So this is a much complicated. It's a small thing, right? But I think this is much more efficient for LLMs to edit. Like you already have a component, just add the v if and call it a day. You know what I mean? Yeah, random thought. Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just going to add everything, and then I'm gonna do feed test2 before cleanup, whatever. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to, this whole thing, just gonna delete. So this is the client side stuff, and then API invite accept root. I was gonna delete. So what I'm going to do is I will change the email. So the email has accept accept URL. Accept URL. Okay. Okay, let's come here. All right. Accept URL. All right. Accept URL. Yeah. So I'm just going to come here and do this. Sorry, I'm back. So what is the params? Use search params, token. All right. I mean, I guess we should. And there are better ways of doing that, right? Yeah, whatever. Okay. Oh, sorry, 1 second. Oh yeah, there's nothing that I can do. Okay, token. So this is gonna be token equal that. Accept. Gonna be token equal that. All right, now that we do this, I'm just gonna come here and gonna do it all again. So I'm here. I might be already signed in. Let me go to sign out. Okay, so I'm gonna come here, invite member at example.com, send invitation. Let's look here. By the way, this email was really nice. Okay, redirected. Member at example.com. How do I come here? Sign in. Okay, by the way, what happens if I go to here? This shows 0 organizations. All right. Join my organization as a member. Accept invitation. Yeah, it just works. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that. So yeah, and do npm run type check. And honestly, we have like 10 or 10 more minutes that we could use. I'm not gonna use it. I'm gonna wrap it up. Yeah, honestly, okay. So we're gonna jump into npm run check invitation. It didn't wrote the test. So yeah, let's ask it to write the tests. Write test for invitation.ts following organization.test.ts as example. Git refactor invitation flow. Now let's just ask it to create the tests. But yeah. All right. Yeah, I mean, it was all right. It did a few things like more than other things. Like started to create like the whole UI. Honestly, okay, if I'm creating a vibe coded project, what I would do instead, and I haven't done this here, I would just either use like ShadCN or use like full UI library like there's a bunch of them. There's Mentine, there's even Material UI. I wouldn't use Material UI though, but yeah, Mentine is a nice one. There's some other what is the name of the React whatever. There's a bunch of React UI UI kits whatever. There's Material UI, MUI. And I think MUI released a new thing of pricing. Well, there's a pricing on this, but yeah, I would likely just use like Mentine. Yeah, I had a really good time with that. Or use ShadCN, and then I could use like ShadCN, MCP. So they have an MCP server here, and you can have the registries, and then this is an interesting thing that you can do. So yeah. So I'll either just do that, and then we would have all the components here, or even the ShadCN registry. What is the registry directory? Yeah. So there's a bunch of like options here, like I really like. So there's a tweak CN if you wanna tweak the stuff that you need. There's also what is the Yeah, this is a really nice one, Neo-Brutalism. So yeah, so this would be... Yeah, so this would be a really interesting one. Yeah. Did it really stopped? Like, where is the test file? Where is the test file? I don't know what happened. But yeah, it was an interesting experience. I don't know why it's like taking too long. Like, what is going on? Maybe the test is too big, and then the model is just getting lost. Maybe I need to compact stuff. But yeah, I will give up. I will just commit things as it is and call it a day. Yeah, give it 30 more seconds. Nothing. Oh, okay. Finally, I found out where the context. Why? Okay. I was looking for this. So the context size for GLM 4.0 seems to be about what 128 K. Yeah. GLM 4.5 context window size. Yeah, the context window is quite small. Okay, it just failed. I'm just gonna stop it. Not sure what's happening. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a day. Honestly, push this. Yeah. So it is what it is. We got what we paid for, I guess. So final closing thoughts. So we were evaluating two different things, right? And I want to separate my comments on these two things. So on the open router part, open code part. Open code, it has a really clean UI. It doesn't have a lot of the bells and whistles, but has a lot of the basics. Like the way you can the context passing is really nice. So again, if you passing prompts and whatnot, it's really nice. I missed really small thing like being able to add a new line with shift enter. Not sure why that's a thing. Maybe that's like I need to configure a keybind and by default is another keybind. I'm not sure. But that just felt a little bit weird. I really like to grow the thing and prepare a bigger prompt, especially when I like writing bigger prompts so I can give more information and whatnot. Yeah, pasting was alright. I think I would appreciate maybe a mode where I can toggle between approving everything and then I don't know. The default is just approve everything. But yeah, so it was I really liked it. I think like was definitely much better than Grok CLI. So if you want to use Grok, I would actually recommend you go with OpenRouter probably. OpenCode. I'm gonna make the mistake multiple times. Yeah, you can connect to multiple different providers, so you can connect your Claude subscription account. I guess it used to be able to connect to Gemini, but Gemini asked them to remove because it was against their terms of service, I guess. I Yeah, but you can connect to, for example, uh, Claude, Z AI. I guess you can also connect to Quen. There's an open issue, if I recall correctly, that you can connect to Quen.ai, the subscription plan for QuenCode, which I think is also interesting. So you can have all these subscriptions, jump between models, try one model. If this is not working that well, just jump to another one, maybe use one for planning and one for execution. Yeah, your mileage may vary, so I think this is interesting. Um, Other than that, yeah, it just misses a few things. Like I wanted like an easy way to see the MCP server statuses. I couldn't find, like, the other one like MCP and then lists everything. It the LSP integration is really great, but because of how Prisma by default works and whatnot, I would really appreciate if there was either, I mean, both, like a command to restart LSP, and maybe even like a tool that is exposed to the model to restart LSP, so I could just say, hey, anytime you create migrations and generate a new Prisma client, restart the LSP. I think this would be useful. Uh, so yeah, I would appreciate that. Other than that, it was a really cool experience. So yeah, highly recommend OpenCode. I would say give it a try. It was an interesting tool to use. Now about Z AI. The model wasn't great, but it was all right. It was better. I felt, again, this is hard to evaluate. I'm not a benchmark, but my experience was a little bit better than Quen 3 Coder. Uh, it is a paid model, but it's really cheap. So yeah, I liked the model. It was all right. I personally, for my personal project, maybe I will use it. I will try the more expensive plan because I felt it was slightly slower at times. So I think I will pay for the Pro. I think so they call the Pro plan. I think it's I'm gonna pay like for 1 quarter or whatever, and yeah, and play a little bit the next 3 months with that. See if I actually recommend, because it's quite cheap, and then yeah, there's some interesting stuff there. But yeah, it was not as great as Sonnet. Honestly, I still feel that maybe it was Claude Code was just better. Maybe if I use this with Claude Code, it would be better. I don't know. It's confusing now to evaluate what was open code issue or what was GLM issues. So yeah, your mileage may vary, but I do think it's an interesting model to try out. If you, I mean, when I did the video on Quentry Coder, I had some people on LinkedIn say, "Hey, I will never use Chinese models." I'm fine. I mean, for Quentry Coder specifically, there I couldn't find anything about like how they would use my data, and that was a little bit worrying. So I wouldn't probably use that for like my day-to-day job, or if I had a company that was more more evolved, whatever. I probably wouldn't use it. I'm not sure what is the status on Z AI, but I'll check the terms of service. They seem to be a little bit more mature in terms of like the whole offering. So yeah, I want to check that. Check if they have like a zero retention policy or something that we can enable. I particularly don't have a problem with things coming from China, uh, but yeah, your political stance, whatever, might vary, and then people have some strong opinions on that. So yeah, that again, your mileage may vary, but I think there are some interesting options coming out of the Chinese market. Quen and Quen, GLM, and I think Kimi also is from China. So yeah, there's some interesting stuff coming out from there, and a lot of them are actually open source models, and also open weights, I believe. So you could theoretically even host them yourselves. So this is nice. I like that. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna stop here. Was an interesting experiment. Wasn't progressed as fast as I could, but also because I went on that side quest of I'm gonna do the components and whatnot. It was more organized. So yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you for listening and watching. Please leave a like, subscribe if you can, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.